Hi everyone, welcome back to another edition of One Meal Modified, and I'm also going to post this video on our other YouTube channel, The Velvet Lounge. So I have to eat more food. Yes, I do. So I had a check-in with my doctor because, as I told you guys before, if you decide to 100% really change the way that you eat and or exercise, it's best to do it with your doctor. So first of all, you can do weigh-ins. You do not have to pay to go to any of those weight loss clinics that don't work. They can also test your blood to make sure you're getting enough vitamins, nutrients, the things that you need to be healthy. You're hydrated enough. They can also look over, like what I do is I create a meal plan or a meal diary, I guess I'll call it, so that we can look at it to make sure I'm getting enough protein or, fiber or whatever it is. Or if they find, or if he finds, I should say, that I'm low in a particular vitamin, we can look at that and we can usually tell that I stopped doing something or I'm not doing enough of something else. So one of the things that we came across is that I actually need to eat a little bit more. So I have the largest protein shake. It's mostly fruit, 1 scoop of Isopure. And I have a larger piece of meat protein here than I normally would have. I probably would have like that much. But instead I'm having the entire piece. And I have more, I usually do pretty well with the fruit and veg. So that area, he was really happy about, my fruit and veg intake. But my protein, I need to have a bit more of that. And then if I get super hungry later for some reason, which I honestly don't foresee, then I have a yogurt here. And this is the 8-ounce Noosa yogurt, so I probably would only eat half of that. But my number one thing really is to try to finish what's on this plate and what's in this tall cup. And I'm going to say that's like probably 24 ounces. And you can see I went past the max fill line. Don't do that because it could mess up your blending machine. And of course, I always like it hot. So there's a little piece of jalapeno pepper to add to this meal. So what is the meal today? I actually roasted broccoli. Yes, you can roast your broccoli. The only thing you have to do is make sure you don't roast it so much that it becomes dry. And what I do is I put a little bit of vegetable stock at the bottom of the pan so that the moisture is there when it's roasting. And I douse it with some lemon juice and the rest of my herbs and spices. I did add some shallots, as you can see. And then I have this roasted lamb, and this is medium. I usually do medium well, but this time I did it medium. And as you already saw, the Noosa, but I also have a small orange. That means that this is not... There are no GMOs in this orange. It's just a natural small orange, the way oranges are supposed to be. And in here, not only do I have my Isopure, I have about 2.5 cups of fruit, some lemon juice, and what else did I put in there? Oh, and a little bit of honey. And I put about half a tablespoon of ginger. So I whip that up, and I whip mine up so that it's like, I like my shakes like a little bit more watery versus super thick. So I just whipped it probably twice as long as someone else would. You could even see it's like starting to separate and settle at the bottom. So you just shake it. I'm shaking, shake it. and it's fine. And, you know, you can use a straw or you can just drink right out of the container. This is actually by the manufacturer. They make it so that you can, you know, put this lid on it. So that's, you know, part of the message of today is, and I sort of had this message in a previous video, is you're going to be forever changing. This is a life, you know, meal plan, if you will, where, you know, there are times you'll need more. There are times that maybe you need a little less of something, but eventually you'll find your happy medium. And if you're working, like I said, with a medical professional, then eventually you should get to a happy point. And part of the idea of this is, you know, you might need more drastic measures. You may not need measures that are as drastic. You may be able to eat, you might have to eat less than this. You might even have to eat more than this. But you won't know what your actual needs are if you're not working with, you know, people who, nutritionists, etc., that know what they're talking about. My doctor is not a nutritionist. I am not working with a nutritionist, but I do have that option with my insurance if I feel like that needs to be my next step. But I think that I'm working so well with my current medical professional, I currently don't see that, you know, happening. If I get to like a plateau or we can't figure things out, then I'm sure that would probably be my next step. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode. Please remember that on our the Velvet Lounge channel, we talk about reselling, like how to be your own boss, as well as money saving tips. There are things that we like, so we'll talk about, you know, our favorite things. Of course, there's just some silliness and hijinks on there. There's some day tripping on there. It's like it's a variety channel, so it's a little bit of everything. There's lots of cooking on there, and I'm going to be doing more cooking and putting more recipes out there on that channel. But thank you guys so much for tuning in, and remember, health is wealth.